Hello, everyone. Today I will be reading from the Middletown Daily Signal, newspaper published January 7th in the year of 1891. The title of the article is called Courage Saved Her Life. A young woman hangs beneath a trestle as a train thunders above, clinging for her life to a rough beam while a flying express train thundered and swayed above her head. Swinging in midair with death above and below her until almost exhausted by the fatigue that came of the terrible strain upon her, physically and mentally. This was the dire predicament in which Miss Norma Oncken of Ridgeway Avenue, Avondale, was placed one afternoon, and it was only due to her cool judgment and calm presence of mind that she did not meet with a shocking death. In attempting to cross a railroad trestle which spans the rocky bed of Bloody Run, a little bed north of Avondale, she was run down by an express train, the engineer of which was endeavoring to make up for lost time by running at full speed. To prevent being hurled from the trestle, she was compelled to let herself down on the outside of the track and hang on until she was rescued. With Mr. Richard Hall of Walnut Hills and Miss Nanny Fisher of Avondale, she started out for a walk. They went along the Cincinnati and Lebanon and Northern Narrow Gauge Railroad towards Lebanon, and as they reached the trestle, Mr. Hall and Miss Fisher held back, fearing to meet a train. Miss Oncken, though, knowing it to be near train time, thought to cross the trestle before the train could come. She was about halfway over when the Montgomery accommodation, due in Cincinnati at 2:35, whistled. She looked up and was horrified to see the train driving towards her with a great speed. It was a train number 12, of which Ed F. Doherty is conductor and Leo Bernard trainman, and it was traveling between 35 and 40 miles an hour. When Miss Oncken saw the train coming towards her, she displayed a wonderful presence of mind by throwing herself over the side of the trestle and there clinging to the timber. The engineer, George Collins, seeing the gentleman and lady at the other end of the trestle, reversed the engine and stopped as soon as possible. But it was not until he had passed Miss Oncken some distance. Running back on the trestle, Doherty and Bernard each took one of Miss Oncken's hands and pulled her up on the track. Her face was black and blue, and she was more dead than alive. She was exhausted and could have held on but a very short time longer. Without help, just at that time, she would have fallen into the creek, 20 feet or more below her. After resting a few moments, she was able to resume her walk, none the worse for her harrowing experience. The spot where the scene occurred is noted for accidents. On the 4th of July last, an old colored woman was thrown from the trestle and dreadfully injured, breaking 2 of her limbs and fracturing her skull. 3 weeks ago, there was a collision at this point, and one of the battered engines is still half buried in the mud there. Cincinnati Enquirer. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful day.